I'll shift this to this area. Okay, so we are looking for more bearishness on Bitcoin to 59696 area, which is the black line. Then we should be looking for more deep retracement. It's actually a retracement because price is going to go back bullish to the upside. Okay, after this. Okay, so price will be selling to 52935 area. Okay, this zone, then we can even go as deep as that. Okay, we won't go, which we already have that retest there, and the push continuation to back to our first level of the 2302 area. Admirals right here, the prophetic analyst. Is good to be back here. We come on here every week to predict 500 to 1000 pips into the future, just like you can see on our previous video. On the introduction video there, you saw how we smashed the gold for last week, which we also predicted here into precision of price movement into the bearish direction last week, which we also sent signals to our to our VIP. So if you're not on our VIP, you can click on the link on the description below to join our VIP. There we also send signals. So for last week on gold, we had price, we predicted price into precision, and we made some tangible figures for our trading accounts, and everybody was smiling. So moving forward for this week, we are looking at gold. For gold, almost how, let's see how gold closed for last week though. Okay, here on the weekly time frame we can see that gold closed bearish. Okay, there is so much bearish sentiment, two bearish candles for the past 2 weeks for gold. So we are going to go back to our daily time frame. Let's see areas. Okay, daily time frame is more like ranging. So the closer time frame is the 4-hour time frame, the lower time frame. Okay, so for gold for next week, okay, what I would do is I would love to move this a little bit to the downside and extend this like so. All right, so for gold for next week, it will be like a more like a two-way scenario. Okay, first of all, I would love to see price. If price is going to be bullish from here, I love to see price will break these highs. Okay, this resistance area with this, then a push continuations to this high here, which is the next resistance. This resistance here, which is the 2404 area. Okay, but overall, I would, if you may ask me, I would really love gold to be bearish all the way to the downside. Looking at how the weekly candle closed for the past 2 weeks, and how we also predicted this chart patterns here, which was our head and shoulder. Okay, which was our head and shoulder in previous times. Okay, we had our left shoulder, our head, and our right shoulder. So we would be looking for gold to give us more bearishness to the downside. Okay, I would love to see gold to break here to give us a nice retest, probably on a lower time frame. Then we can continue to push gold to the downside. Okay, and go more bearish to the downside to the 2209 area. Okay, 2209 area, which is this support area all the way down here. So up next is DXY. Okay, for DXY last week. Okay, let's look at how the weekly time frame, because it's very important to see how the weekly time frame closed. Okay, we had some massive bearish candle to the downside here, and we can see price is more like on a strong key level here on the weekly time frame, but we may not see it clearly. Let's go to our daily time frame, see if we can have a proper look for it. Actually, for let's go to the 4-hour time frame. For last week, I was looking for, because price has been more like ranging. Okay, price has been more like ranging like so. I've been looking for DXY bullishness for this area. Okay, but that did not really happen. Okay, that did not really happen for the DXY. Rather, price bought for some. Well, when we had to this resistance and started going back down. Okay, so I'll take this off. Price started going back down, and now we saw all this bearishness, and NFP came and pushed price also all the way to the downside. So which is the best levels that we can take entry? So let's go to our daily time frame. It's clearer and easier to do this from the daily time frame. Okay, so we can see that there's an area here in price in which price has retested 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is the full touch of that trend line. Okay, that's the full touch of that trend line. So we are expecting, for me, okay, you can also see, looking left here, you see this is a strong key level, okay, a strong support level, a resistance level being turned support. So I would love to see price to do this, okay, price to come into that area and a push continuations to the upside. So let me use my drawing tool here and a push continuations to the upside. At least we could target this next resistance area. Okay, this next resistance area up here, which is the 0.6 area, the 106 area up there, okay, for gold. But if price does not buy from here, okay, if we look deeply inside here, we would see that there is a demand area up here in which price was a little bit shy away of this area. Okay, right, price was slightly shy away from that demand area. So if price does not buy from that area, the next level that we'll be looking for is a deeper retracement to this zone of the 104 area, then a push continuation to the upside. Okay, so for me on the DXY, I'm more bullish than bearish on the DXY. So it's more like a buy sell scenario, sorry, a sell buy scenario, a sell buy scenario for the DXY. All right, so moving forward, up next is Euro USD. For Euro USD, let's see how our weekly time frame actually closed. Okay, so looking at how our weekly time frame, we had 3 weeks of bullishness on the Euro USD. So we go back to our 4-hour time frame. We go back to our 4-hour time frame. Last week we had some good trades in which we also took, okay, which signals were being sent to our general group and our VIP group. So if you're not the VIP group, so a lot of people also cashed out and also made money for themselves on these sales. Okay, we were looking for price to be very bearish, even from our last week video, from this area all the way to this support here, but price did not actually give us that. Rather, price was shy away off this next resistance, this next level here, looking left, and a continuation to the upside. Okay, so we actually went out with little to break even on that trade. Okay, so for this week, you can see price is actually retesting. It's giving us, it's bouncing off on our trend line, which we have first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, and now we can see a feed touch of that trend line down inside there. Okay, for you can see a feed touch of that trend line. So actually, I would be, if you may ask me, I would be looking for bearishness, but there are more like two sides to this thing. Okay, I would be looking for more bearishness on Euro USD. Okay, price has gotten to the key level, which is this purple line, and our trend line. Okay, we even saw some bearish sentiment from there, and we should be looking for price to push all the way to the downside. Okay, then we can go as far as back to the support. Okay, so but there's always a but, okay, because looking at also not taking the bullish sentiment out, okay, you can also have possibilities that price may come into this zone and push back and continue to the upside. Okay, but why I would really love to favor the downside is because if you have to look at price from the daily time frame or our weekly time frame, let me take that out. Let's look at our weekly time frame. You see the area in which price is retesting. Okay, price actually came back into this zone. You can see this zone, this strong area or this strong level here, okay, in which price has retested over 3 good times. Okay, and price came to touch this trend line here and started dropping to the downside. Okay, so I believe next week price came back and closed into this zone. So I believe next week price would continue to the downside. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will adjust this a little bit. Okay, so we'll be looking for price bearishness all the way to 1.04 area. Okay, like I always say, price moves from zone to zone. That's really going to take much time or a longer time. So we just deal with what we have here on the daily, on the 4-hour time frame of price coming inside here and push continuations to the downside. Okay, so that's the bearish and bullish scenario for Euro USD. Up next is GDPUSD. For GDPUSD, GDPUSD also looks more like the Euro USD. So we are not going to take so much time on the GDP USD. We can also see price, okay, respecting this trend line, first touch, second touch, and price also bounce off that key level, which also matches with our day touch there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to this side. Okay, so what you'll be having is more bearishness for the coming weeks on the GDP USD. Okay, more bearishness for GDPUSD to the downside. I'm not really seeing the bullish part of it, okay, but if price goes bullish, using our strategies and our setup, we will know how to make our entries of that. But our scenario still remains bearishness, okay. Up next is USDJPY. For USDJPY, okay, for USDJPY, we saw price for last week. Price closed with a very strong bearish engulfing candle. Okay, with a very strong bearish engulfing candle, and you can see price is sitting on a strong support area, resistance area being turned support, which has been tested 3 times. Okay, which has been tested 3 times. So for me, I would love to see price to bounce off the continuations to the upside from this area. Okay, we're looking at if this will also happen if the DXY would be bullish. Okay, you know that the USDJPY is directly correlated to the DXY, and if we go to our daily time frame or our, okay, let's go to our 4-hour time frame. Okay, if you guys, for those of you that watched our last week video, you see how we predicted price into precision for USDJPY. Price was somewhere around here as our last week video. We're looking for price to push into our zero, this blue area, which is the 159 area, and from there we should be expecting a drop on USDJPY. So if you missed last week video or you did not watch it or you think we are capping, here is the video. Looking for more bearishness than more bullishness than bearishness. Our overall target before we may see a drop is 159 area. Okay, so we are looking forward for more bullishness on the USDJPY to the upside. Okay, before we can now expect bearishness. So welcome back. I hope you can see how we predicted USDJPY into precision. This is the kind of knowledge that you get when you're under our mentorship, and you can also do the same thing easily with our strategy and our mentorship. So if you are not on our mentorship, click on the link on the description below, DM me to also join our mentorship, and we'll be starting our mentorship 2 days from now on the 6th of May for the main mentorship. The main mentorship is going to comment on the 6th of May. So if you're interested, DM me from Telegram, and you can get added. So moving forward for USDJPY, for this week, okay, for the coming weeks, just like I said, price is strongly on a strong key level. Okay, so we are looking for price to bounce off this area and push continuations back to our 159 area. Okay, that's gonna take a little bit long of time, but you know price moves from zone to zone, and we are always giving you 500 to 1,000 pip moves into the future, which is the bigger moves of price. And you know price moves in a wave. Okay, you don't expect price to just move all in a straight line. Even this bearishness that we are having, it took 3 weeks for all this bearishness to happen. Okay, so up next is AUDUSD. For AUDUSD, we had price testing our key levels, and price was so super bullish on AUDUSD all the way to the upside. And currently, you can see price is on a strong resistance level, also matching with our trend line, which price has respected over 4 good times. Okay, so what we'll be looking for on AUDUSD, okay, for AUDUSD is price bearishness from this area. Then we can target our first level, which is at 0.652 area. Then we can go to our second level, which is at 0.64 area. Then we can also go all the way back to the support. Okay, so AUDUSD next week is bearish. Okay, we are very bearish than bullish on AUDUSD. But what if price does not sell? Okay, Second scenario is for price to play these highs, retest here, and push all the way to 0.6468 area. Okay, or price should also retest this little zone. There's a little zone here. Price could still push into this little zone and continue all the way to the upside. Okay, so those are actually our scenarios for AUD/USD. Last but not the least is NZDUSD. For NZDUSD, last week we had some good awesome trades in which we took for NZDUSD, which signals were also being sent. Okay, so if you are not on our community, click on the link on the description below. And so NZDUSD, we sent out this signal, and we made a lot of profits, and everybody were also happy in the process. So if you did not watch last week's video and how we predicted the bearishness of NZDUSD, here is the video. Candle opens, price is, so until we have some drops, okay, from that area, then we can take some nice sales from this zone, which price has gotten to our zone. And first level, I think I will have to shift this a little bit. Yeah, first level is at 0.5867 area, which is this area. I hope you can see how we predicted NZDUSD into precision, and price was so super bearish all the way to the downside, though we were still looking for more deep bearishness on NZDUSD, but at least we had the best of entries and the best of exits too for NZDUSD. Okay, so before we had all this bullishness to the upside. So we'll go to our daily time frame, to a much cleaner chart on our daily time frame. So I'll move this to the upside here. Okay, I would be looking for price to bearish from this area. Let me move that a little bit. Okay, price to be bearish to 0.59 area. Then you can go for our next target, which is at 0.58 area. Okay, like I always say, price moves from zones to zone. Okay, so please do well to mark out these levels on your screen or on your charts, all right, so that you can also use this to make money for yourself. And if you're still watching this video to this very moment, please do well to smash the subscribe button, like, and drop a comment on the comment section, because this is the only way that you can also support us and help us continue making good forex educational contents like this, because we put in so much energy to come in here every week to make these videos, in which a lot of people has testified how helpful it has been for them all, and how they have been able to take good advantage of our YouTube free videos and our free content in which we drop here. And also, if you want to join our mentorship is still on. It's going to start, I think, tomorrow, okay, a day from now, which is Monday the 6th of May. So if you're interested, you can DM me from Telegram. Click on the link on the description below to join our group. Then you can DM me to get access to our mentorship. Okay, so that'll be all for today, and see you guys next week. Keep trusting the process. Ciao.